Then rapper Tory Lanez recovering after being stabbed 14 times in prison.
Peace, this is King Messiah. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're building this community and your support is greatly appreciated. Today we're talking about Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is a very successful recording artist from Canada originally, couple Grammy nominations, and he recently was sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, another recording artist in hip hop, right? But there's some controversy around this entire case because a lot of people are saying he is not the shooter, that it allegedly was a friend of Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez called Kelsey.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
Y'all, close to a year ago, well, even prior to, Tory didn't shoot that girl. I told y'all, Tory did not shoot that girl. All y'all that was pro this, pro that, now y'all gotta pay attention to the bigger play. Y'all heard the lady. See, I didn't know nothing about the security guard coming forward, telling the truth. I knew that the DNA came back 100% not him. And they kept it from him during trial and they used the other one. That said it could be, maybe it can't be. It was 3 tests. 2 of them came back 100% not him after the fact. I told y'all Tory to shoot that girl. Then the day after they go submit the new evidence of the security guard saying he witnessed who pulled the trigger, Tory get hit 14 times. I told y'all Monday, I said somebody sent that at him. I talked to him too much. His spirit, his soul, his attitude. I'm listening to people come to his door when he's on his little iPad talking to me. Everybody helping, every 10 out of 10 people. Hey, Tory, you think yeah, I'm gonna make that call. Hey, Tory, thanks, bro, that happened for me. I'm hearing it. You're not gonna get me to believe he just didn't jumped up. He knows appeal date is coming up. And now he tripping. He ain't side with no Crips, with no Bloods. He went in there being Tory Lanez, tending to his business, found a way to help the people on the yard that could never get no help. Nah, man, y'all gotta pay this some attention. That lady, She got a point. A day after we submit, after they submit, that we got the security guard saying he witnessed who fired the gun. We got this dude right here ain't nothing about this dude talking about this other bozo talking about Tory disrespected dude's wife on a visit. Man, get the f out of here. That ain't even Tory character. That dude, that social media dude, everybody need to unfollow and block dude. You in violation. You a Norteño telling us what a Sureño did with a brother, with a non-affiliate brother. Come on, bro. Who paid you to do that? Who paid you to do that? Free Tory. Bro, be home. That which couldn't kill him only made him stronger. Stay tuned.
Right? Kelsey is Megan Thee Stallion's friend. So some interesting things just came out, right? First, Tory Lanez has been stabbed 14 times. He was in critical condition, but they're saying he's stable and he's expected to, survive, and hopefully he recovers well. But he was stabbed in the back. He was stabbed in the head. And the person who did the stabbing was some Mexican cartel member who's serving life in prison. Right. So there's a phone call with Spidey Loke and somebody who's currently in federal prison who spoke on the stabbing, stating that it's going to be up when they pop the doors.
Shit, nothing much to look, right? This morning, brother, the next came out and bust on the boy Tory. They airlifted him and all that. So that's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down?
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had did he have a debt, a gambling debt or something?
Nah, nothing like that. Shit, we don't even really know. We don't even know the whole situation,
So it was just like some foul play. So it's finna be up.
Yeah, it did for sure with some foul play.
Damn, cuz. Wasn't nobody right there with him when it happened? Wasn't nobody right there with him when it went down?
Yeah, I guess nobody wasn't. He was by himself out there. He got a whole tier full of necks. He on a whole tier full of necks.
Wow.
Because you already know, once we get off this shit, we press some play on. We press play.
I'm already knowing. God damn.
Because this potentially could spark a race war. Those are the rumors on the street, that this stabbing could cause a race war inside of the prison walls. Don't know how true it is. This is all secondhand information. Okay. Some people was even speculating that, because Tory Lanez is in California, he sided with Drake. People were trying to tie Kendrick Lamar's fan base to it, saying, hey, this is because you supported Drake, and this is just how thorough Kendrick Lamar fans are. Not true. That's completely not true. No evidence supports that. Okay. But the news that came out today is there were 2 days before Tory Lanez got stabbed, Kelsey's bodyguard, or Megan Thee Stallion's bodyguard, the bodyguard, mentioned he overheard conversations proving that Tory Lanez was not the shooter. And the only reason he went public with it is because he couldn't sleep. His conscience, his spirit would not let him sleep without speaking up and speaking out, stating that Kelsey was the shooter. Tory Lanez tried to stop Kelsey from shooting at Megan Thee Stallion. Ultimately, Megan Thee Stallion getting grazed in the foot, and them pinning the entire shooting on Tory Lanez. And this is the night that ultimately is taking 10 years and almost took the life of Tory Lanez. So there you have it. There you have it. What is your take? Do you think this stabbing had something to do with the new information that came out from the driver? Or do you think this was a completely isolated, separate incident? Do you think this had something to do with race? Will this start a race war inside of the prison system in California? I want to hear, what is your opinion on this topic? It's just unfortunate that, you have this successful recording artist that has to go and, do 10 years in prison for something he allegedly did not do. Do you think he did it, though? Do you think he is completely guilty and he shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot and he's getting everything he deserved? I appreciate your support. Before you leave, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell because that's going to notify you whenever I release the next video. A lot of people saying, hey, I don't get notifications when you put a video out. Leave a comment section. Engage. It costs you nothing. It's free. We're building this community and your support is greatly appreciated. One love. King Messiah.